Back to Financial Pro, everyone. Thank you for being here. Please subscribe. Today, I want to talk about how to make money as a wedding officiant. So, this is something that I'm looking into doing, and I'm going to pass this on to other family members, especially my family members that are in places like Las Vegas, California, bigger areas, Tennessee. This is something that anyone can do, and it doesn't take long. It doesn't take a lot of money to do. So a wedding officiant is you can do this on a weekend or full time, part time, whatever. They make up between $100 per hour up until $800 per hour. So a wedding officiant is the one who performs a legal marriage ceremony. You don't always need a preacher or a priest or whatever. So this person who guides the couple through their vows, the exchanges of rings, asks for all the important I do's, anyone who doesn't want you to marry, things like that. So you'll also be in charge of completing the marriage license with the couple and witnesses, which is a legal binding document. The notary public probably will be there as well. I used to be a notary, well, I'm still am, but I don't do it every day anymore. So the notary will be there legally to document or stamp the signed paperwork. The requirements to become a wedding officiant. Before you start earning the big bucks, you got to make sure everything is in place, your paperwork, things like that. With the state as well, you're probably going to need a business license. I would get a business license anyway, even if this wasn't on the list, to make sure everything is stacked in place. You don't have any troubles, IRS troubles, things like that. Familiar yourself with the process. I would also get a mentor. Go get a mentor. Go seek information. Write down information of people that's already doing it in your area. See if they will help you out. Pass it along, and go on YouTube and do research on YouTube. Google research. Know everything you can, because weddings are a big deal with people. We have weddings every single year in the US. So weddings are a big deal, man. People don't, they look at this like they're never going to have another one. So this is a big deal, you guys. So if you do this, make sure you love what you do. Don't just do it for the money. Get ordained. Number two is getting ordained. You can do this online. I believe I saw this. You can do this, you can, without needing to undertake a degree in theology or joining a ministry. You can go online and pay for it, and they'll ship it out. A couple options include American Marriage Ministries, Universal Life Church. Most states recognize these online ordinations for wedding ceremonies. So a lot of people ask me, man, why do you keep reading off this and that? I don't remember everything, so this is how I do it, and this is how I always been doing it since I had this channel. So that's why I keep reading off my notes and putting it on camera, because I don't memorize every single thing. But one thing I do know is research. I know how to research, that's for sure. Universal Life Church, they have a beautiful website as well. Register your business. Like I said, register your business. Make sure all that's in place first. Name. You can incorporate it if you want to. That's on you. But I will wait until I'm making enough money to do all the LLC and all of that. Unless you need a DBA in your state or a LLC in your state to do this. As previously mentioned, you can register with your local government. According to American Weddings blog, there are currently the states that require registration in addition to ordination. So you have to be registered in these states, and there's about 14 states. My state, you don't need to. So there's 14 on here: Arkansas, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Nevada. Well, of course, Nevada, because they get all that tourism there as well. New Hampshire, New York, Oklahoma, Ohio, Puerto Rico, Virginia, West Virginia. I could see New York, because New York get a lot of traffic as well. The registration process does differ from state to state. So it's just a small fee. That's all. Just a little bit of money to get started with any other side hustle that you do. They have tips online from people that's been doing over thousands of weddings. Now, this is something that you just don't come across. You know, you don't think about, can I do this as a side hustle? That's why I love doing research and sharing it on my YouTube channel, Financier Pro, because the other video that I did with diabetic strips, people are blowing it up. They want to know more. They inboxing me, emailing me. Man, I'm just going to share the webs. I'm going to share the information, share the direct contacts, everything on the video. But this is something that I definitely looking at that I want to do myself. How much do wedding officiants make? Between $100, $800 or more, depending on how big the wedding is, how many hours. So you're charging $100 per hour at least, which is not bad when you're talking about a major wedding. That's major. On the lower end, notaries don't get paid much. That's why I don't do that much, because notaries don't make a lot of money unless you have your own school, things like that. You're signing for title companies and not just independent people. For even a higher fee, you can work with a couple to create a completely customized wedding ceremony. That's awesome. You can charge extra for that, for helping create that. Some professional weddings officiants offer a wedding rehearsal or premarital counseling as part of the service. You can add to your services and make even more, but this is legit. They got to pay for these anyway if they want to have these counseling services. They want to get everything in order, so why not you do it, and make that money? On the higher end, you'll find religious leaders who often make time to meet with couples before, of course, because that's their side hustle. Successful wedding officiants are comfortable with public speaking. You have to be comfortable with networking, with meeting new people, with being around kids, families, things like that. Make sure you're on your A game, smelling good, looking like you know what you're doing, talking like you know what you're doing, and just loving people. It's all about loving people. That's what it's about. How to get clients for your wedding officiant business. Network with other wedding vendors, photographers, videographers, florists, caterers, DJs. These are the people that you need to network with. My brother is a photographer. I can talk with him. My other brother knows people, knows a lot of people. So it's all about who you know, networking, and getting to know these different sections of wedding per se. There are people, your target customers, brides and grooms. Social media is a big thing. You take, ask them, can you take videos and pictures of some of the work at these weddings and upload it on there and just network with that. Market yourself. That's what it's all about. Connecting with wedding venues. Reaching out to some of these wedding venues. Reach out to the people that sell the brides, grooms, wedding dresses, all of that. Reach out to these people and talk to them. Get to know them, Creating your wedding officiant website. Creating your website, creating your social media pages. Join wedding officiant directories. Boom, there you go. Social media, like I said, alternatives to becoming a wedding officiant. That is a side hustle. That's a side hustle. Flea market flipping, they got all kind of things on here. But you guys, that's a totally legit side hustle that can become a major business if you do it right, master it, get to know people, get to know the businesses that deal with these weddings, and just love being around people. Love what you do. Don't worry about the money, because the money will come. If you love what you do and you do it right and people see that, you will get paid forever, because word of mouth, when one of those wives or grooms or whatever, they say, man, such and such did a great job, this and that, had us doing counseling, had everything set up, planned out, and he knew everyone or she knew everyone, and helped us out a lot. We had a great, awesome wedding. Think about word of mouth, how that travels, So if you master what you're doing when it comes to weddings, man, this is awesome, especially if you live in places like Vegas. Think about that. Think about if you dress like one of these Elvis or somebody like that, which I just heard they cracking down on that in Vegas as well. But just think about that if you have some kind of thing going on about yourself. I seen a guy dressed like Martin Lawrence. I forgot the name of the character, but he was dressed like that in Vegas, and he's doing his own business out there with that on TikTok and Instagram social media outlets. But just think about that and just love what you do. If you love what you do, the money will come. See you guys next time. Please comment below.